know it's painful, and it's heartbreaking. This might sound a bit harsh, but don't do it. What's up, Tang gang? Gang. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for coming back for another episode of Tana.d haircare. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about false expectations I had for my natural hair and also high school, because for you guys who don't know, I just finished my first year of high school. I'm going into grade 11, so I will be talking to you guys about that, maybe giving you guys some advice for those of y'all who haven't entered high school yet. Don't worry, I got you. If you are new here and this is your first time on my channel, don't forget to smack that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you guys know when I release my new videos. Guys, join the Tang gang. I say this every time, I'ma say it again. Join the Tang gang. Just a little update on my hair right now. It is currently blown out at the moment because I trimmed it a few days ago. It was my first time trimming my hair by myself. Thank you very much. So yeah, that was pretty good. It was definitely time for that trim, you know, starting to see them split ends, single strand knots, rough at the edges, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was definitely good. I will probably do a trimming video at some point for you guys to see how I trim my hair. I kind of really just watched a bunch of tutorials and just did what they said. But yeah, my hair is healthy, happy, it's looking thicker already, which I'm like, trimming really makes difference, guys. Really makes difference. So do it. I'm pretty sure that is it. So with no further ado, let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so talking about false expectations I had for natural hair, and let me tell you, there are many. So I'm just gonna have my iPad here because I put the notes down so that I don't start going on some tangent and this video is an hour long. We don't want that. So yes, the first thing, okay, so just a little disclaimer. I feel like these false expectations weren't necessarily before going natural, they were more like during while I was natural. Because I never did the big chop, I transitioned, but this was a long time ago. I think I was 10, 11, around there when I transitioned my hair and stopped relaxing my hair. So this is more as in when I was serious about taking care of my own hair and when it was more of my responsibility. I would say I started really trying to grow out my hair 3 years ago. It was growing, but like, it was growing relatively fast considering that like I wasn't really doing much. Like I would wash it when I take out my braids and then get them done again, leave them in for a month, 2 months, wash it, get my braids done again. It was a cycle, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really have my hair out, take time to look after my hair and just know my own hair. But that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing now, so that's different. Anyway, so these false expectations are more like over the last few years while I've been trying to grow it out, or trying to get it healthier, I should say. So yes, going off of what I said about that cycle, the first false expectation was leaving my hair in a protective style and not attending to it. Guys, let me tell you, protective styling works for a lot of naturals and helps them grow out their hair because of just low manipulation. Our hair needs minimal manipulation for it to be able to grow, because minimal manipulation means minimal breakage. Minimal breakage means maximum growth. Yeah, so the less we touch our hair, the less it breaks, the more it's gonna grow. So protective styling and the idea behind it is sound, but when you have a protective style in and you're not attending to it, your hair's getting dry, your scalp's getting dry, you're getting them dry flakes, like stuff like that, that's an issue. That's not a healthy scalp, that's not healthy hair, that's not happy hair. Hair is very, very sad. Very sad. So that is actually something that I'm guilty, guys. I'm guilty. When this hair gets in braids, like, I think I'll be like, oh my goodness, yes, I'm gonna attend to it, guys. Like, I'm gonna be oiling my scalp every week or however often I need to oil my scalp. And then, like, I just give up. Like, I don't do it. So if you have your hair in a protective style, you need to make sure that those roots are moisturized, that your hair is remaining moisturized, because when it's dry and then you take out those braids or whatever extensions you had in your hair will break like crazy. And that is what really slowed down the rate of my hair growth. And it wasn't even the length that was slow, like the growth of the length that was slowing down as much as the thickness of my hair. I've actually just seen, like, in the last 2-3 months that I've had my hair out and actually taken the time to take care of it, attend to it, that is where my hair got thicker, like big time. I've seen like such improvements. Like this puff you see on my head right now, first of all, the size of it, I don't even have one of those tight hair ties in it. I just literally put a scrunchie in, didn't even like double tie it, nothing. Like I can see that there's been growth and just thickness, like the density of my hair has increased. So yes, if you're going to do protective style, please take care of your hair. This actually kind of blends into my next point, which is manipulation of the hair and constant brushing, dry detangling. No. Dry detangling, no. Definite no. I would say also it depends. Because if your hair isn't tangled and you're gonna comb it when it's dry, that's fine. Like when my hair is blown out and it's dry, if I'm gonna comb it like just to get it in whatever style I want and I'm not experiencing like too much breakage from that is fine. But if your hair is tangled and you're trying to detangle it dry, you are gonna lose so much hair. You're gonna be ripping your hair out like really badly, especially after a protective style. If you have like, you know, when you undo your braids and you kind of have like the clump of like build up or whatever, like at the root kind of, do not attempt to just comb that out. Do not. You are just gonna be pulling out your hair for no reason. And that kind of just defeats the purpose of a protective style, because you've left your hair alone and now that's done, you're just gonna rip it all out. Like, I just don't want you guys to be bald. I want you guys to have happy, thriving, natural hair, and that is why I'm telling you this. Do not dry detangle. Put the comb down. Your hair does not need to be combed all the time, especially if it's like, just leave it alone, let it grow, let it do its thing. I know we all out here trying to have hot girl summer, trying to slay, trying to do all these different hairstyles, but just leave your hair alone and it will grow, okay? Here is another false expectation. Okay, this isn't really a false expectation that I had for my natural hair as much as it is just something I just didn't know, that I just had to do research to find out. And that is the importance of protein treatments. This is actually something that I've recently started to incorporate into my routine. Protein treatments are really important for natural hair because they help to strengthen the hair, obviously provide protein to the actual hair strand. The reason why they are so important is because your hair is made up of proteins. So you need to provide protein to your hair to strengthen it, limit breakage, all that good stuff. Protein treatments are especially good for high porosity hair, which I know I have. My hair is high porosity. And because high porosity hair has gaps in the cuticle, like if you look at a hair strand under a microscope, there's like the hair cuticle. And because high porosity hair has gaps in the cuticle, the protein treatments kind of like seal them up, kind of help to like close them up so that we can actually retain the moisture that we are putting into our hair. Because when you have a high porosity hair type, you just lose that moisture as fast as you take it in because the cuticle is just always open. But protein treatments help to just seal in those gaps in your cuticle, which again, making your hair more happy and healthy. Yes. Yeah, so right now I am using Shea Moisture's Milk Honey and Yogurt Protein Treatment, which is really good for my hair. I have seen the results and I've only used it twice. Protein treatments don't need to be done like every week or anything. It really depends on like what stage you are at, like being natural, like if your hair is transitioning or you're fairly natural, your hair's relaxed. Like it really just depends on what stage you are, how often your hair needs it. But for me, I just do it once a month as a substitute to just deep conditioning my hair on that wash day that falls at the end of the month. Okay, so another false expectation that I had was more to do with when I started researching how to grow my hair on YouTube and just watching different YouTubers, seeing tips from them, seeing how they do their hair, stuff like that. You can't just copy what a YouTuber does and expect to get the same results. I know it's painful. And it's heartbreaking because I really had to like find that out for myself because I was like, oh my goodness, like I have natural hair, they have natural hair. So if I do what they do, then my hair will grow too. Like, no, it's really not that simple. There's really not like a quick fix, like magic cream, magic oil that's gonna grow your hair and bam, you're gonna have like Rapunzel, you know? Like it's not, it doesn't work that way. And I have like a lot of people come up to me and be like, oh my goodness, like what do I do to grow my hair? And I can't actually tell you that. I can tell you things that are gonna make your hair healthy, because that kind of really applies to all naturals. We need our moisture, we need our water in our hair. So if I just watch a YouTube video and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna just do these things and my hair's gonna grow just because this so-and-so person uses these products, I'm gonna use these products and my hair's also gonna be long? No, sweetie, no. And the reason why is there are so many factors that go into how fast your hair grows, genetics being one of them. And then also, no head of hair is the same. Like I'm gonna look at that YouTuber and be like, oh, like what if they don't have your same hair type, same hair porosity, density? There are so many different factors that go into like what works for that person not working for you. So the best bet on trying to grow your hair, yes, research, do lots and lots of research. I still continue to educate myself on natural hair to this day because I haven't learned it all. Like you really can't know everything there is to know about natural hair ever. Like there's always going to be more to learn, and if like so far this journey has taught me anything, it is that like I did not know a lot. I didn't know as much as I thought I did when I started out. So just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you, and vice versa. Okay, another thing that I thought was gonna work out that really didn't was more like when I felt that I had some form of a routine that wasn't really a routine. Okay, so like let's say I found my staple products, like the things that I know I like, knew that my hair liked, I knew that worked for me. I had found those things and I would use them on my wash day accordingly. Like I had my deep conditioner, my shampoo, my pre-poo, like all that stuff, right? But yes, that's great, but my hair wasn't reaping the full benefits from me doing those things because I wasn't consistent. Consistency is key. I'm definitely not the first person to say that, and I will not be the last. I assure you, you will hear so many naturals tell you this. Consistency is key. If you want to see results, if you want to see length retention, moisture retention, you need to be consistent in your routine. Me, before, my hair was still growing, which is shocking because I was not consistent at all. At all. Like again, I would wash my hair like maybe every 2 months. Like only when my extensions were out would I wash my hair. And that means that I would only deep condition my hair like every 2 months. No. Like my hair was still growing and it was getting healthier because it was just better than what I was doing before when I wasn't doing anything at all, but my hair wasn't at the maximum health, maximum length retention that I could have been getting. So like now, in that 2-month period, I would be deep conditioning my hair 8 times because I deep condition my hair once a week, wash my hair every 2 weeks. You have to actually be consistent and find a routine that works for you and just consistently do that routine so that your hair actually gets used to that routine. Your hair can fully reap the benefits, the health benefits, length and growth benefits from that routine. If you're not willing to put in the work, this might sound a bit harsh, but don't do it. Having natural hair is work. I won't lie, like it's not something that you're gonna, oh my, it was so easy, like I just, no. Like sometimes you don't feel like you wanna wash your hair. Sometimes you don't feel like do I have to do my hair today? Like, I don't want to. It can really feel like that sometimes, but if you don't put in the work, you're not gonna see any change. Like, that's it, period. And the last false expectation that I had was more to do with just amount of moisture and over moisturizing your hair. This was actually something that I recently learned about, as in like maybe like a month ago. But yes, it is true, you can over moisturize your hair, and that's like, what? Because I know it's confusing, like we need moisture and we need lots of it. Like you see a lot of YouTubers, they like leave in their deep conditioners overnight or leave in stuff overnight, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but I'm saying that you need to watch your hair carefully. Like you need to actually spend time with your hair to know it, to know its texture, to know how it should feel. And when things start feeling off, you need to retrace your steps and think through, okay, what's different here? What do I need to tweak in my routine? Actually take the time to see what's up. Don't just keep doing what you're doing, because you could be damaging your hair in ways that you didn't even know. Over moisturizing is when your hair literally gets too much moisture, and it's called high growth fatigue, and your hair is just like, it's limp. It's just, you know, there's not really strength in the curl pattern anymore. Like your hair just feels different. I haven't experienced it before, but I have taken time to just do my research on it on the most basic level and just kind of just see what it is, because I really didn't even know that was a thing. And yeah, it might be harder for certain hair types to experience this, because certain hair types need way more moisture than others. Like my 4A, 4B hair is gonna need way more moisture than someone's hair who's like 2C, 3A. So you've got to find that perfect protein moisture balance where your hair is strong and soft but not too soft. Alrighty, so now that I have touched on all the false expectations I had for my natural hair, let's talk about high school. Let me give you guys the tea, okay? When I was in grade 9, obviously, before I got into high school, I definitely was really worried about going into high school because I didn't know what to think of it. When I was younger, like I lived in England till I was 11, and I had seen like American high schools, well, okay, we're not in America, but you know what I mean, American high schools on TV, and been like, that's kind of just like what I thought it was gonna be, you know what I mean? So when I moved here, and then like, obviously junior high wasn't really as much of that, but I was like, oh my goodness, like what's high school gonna be like? Like, you know, you kind of like worry about it and stuff. And mostly for me, I was just worried about like having to do harder stuff academically, because the school that I do go to is very academically driven. So I was definitely really worried about that. But I feel like if I can give you any advice when it comes to you worrying about high school workload or anything, don't stress about it. Like, don't stress about what's not there. You know what I mean? Like, take it one day at a time. that's literally what I did. And it's funny because I look back on that year and I'm just like, that wasn't too bad. Like, that really wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Now, when it comes to social life in high school, I would say, like, if you're trying to have the best high school experience, mind your business. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, literally, it is the best thing. Just mind your business. Like, if you just like try your best to be nice to everybody, like, just be a good person, be kind, like, make friends, be friends with positive people, be positive, just be a light to the people around you, and you will have a good year. Like, don't be toxic, and don't like involve yourself in like toxic relationships and stuff like that. Like, just be, you know, like, don't let other things stress you out. Don't get don't try getting caught up in other people's drama. Like, just do you boo. You will be good, I assure you. Literally, that I feel makes a difference. Like, when you're nice to everybody, you don't have beef with anybody. You might not necessarily know everybody, and I'm not saying be best friends with everybody, but just be like a polite human being. Like, you will be fine. Literally, that's really all the advice I have for you guys who are going into high school. Like, just focus on yourself, focus on what you need to do, because as my mom likes to say, it's like a path. Like, this is still on the path that's getting you to the end destination. High school is not the end destination. This is still leading up to whatever path you decide to follow. Mind your business, do you, be polite, be a kind person, and just be yourself. Like, that's all I have to say to you guys. You will have a good high school experience. Well, I had a good high school experience doing these things, and I hope that you guys do too. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for continuing to support me, continuing to support my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, if you don't already, go follow my Instagram down below. Go watch my other videos on my channel. Support. Also, I'm trying to upload more for you guys. As you can see, I uploaded my first vlog a few days ago. So if you haven't gone and watched that, it's right up there. Go check it out. I'm also going to try and finally drop the mini haul that you guys asked for on my Instagram like a month ago. Like, it took a really long time to film because I kind of filmed as things were being delivered, and there was like one clothing item that just took like a month and a half to get here. So I will probably have that uploaded for you guys soon. Also, go check that out when it's uploaded. And yes, see you guys in the next video.